I can't believe it's not Disney. Okay, there you go. There's the intro.
I was trying to think of a cold open, but I just completely blanked.
I was thinking of a few before we recorded.
That's a good theme. That's a good theme. Whatever you're thinking, it's not Disney.
So yeah,
'Cause,
we're playing a bit of catch up. This one we came out on October, so
yeah.
kind of whittling back.
Um,
And this is one I kind of want to watch for a while because I've heard some good things about it and it looked pretty cute and I like animation, so I was like, all right,
mhm.
let's finally, now that we actually have the time and now that Thanksgiving's over and like in that weird awkward period before Christmas comes around, um, let's catch up on some shit. So this is Over the Moon, the newest animation from Pearl Animation. Is that what it's called? Pearl Animation? Pearl Studio?
Yeah, Pearl Animation.
Okay, I can't remember
Um,
it's our studio. By the way, I'm a lot
I don't know what
lazy.
else they've made or if it's like a new thing or
I think it's
not.
a brand new studio.
Okay.
Like I think
Yeah.
as far as I know, it's their first major feature.
Okay.
Which is currently doing Disney kind of better than Disney right now. Uh,
Really?
in my opinion. I don't know.
Okay.
Um for reference, I watched Tango for the first time recently. I thought it was fine.
Mm,
I still really like Frozen 2, but I wasn't huge on Moana, you know.
yeah.
Um
Frozen 2 was actually kind of weak for me. I didn't
I
like
like
Frozen
Frozen 2
2.
fine. Uh
Yeah, Frozen 2 is like okay, but there's never for me it never felt like there was any sense of progression.
but
But
like it's like as far if you want like a movie that is hardcore dipping into like traditional Disney,
mhm.
and I think it's as a one we point out, checking every single box they can find. I had a good time with this.
Mhm.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
Uh, I didn't quite enjoy it as much as you did, to be honest.
Okay.
There were certain aspects that I mean, first off, it got off to a great start. Like I was so fucking involved in the first in like sort of the opening sequence where it's the girl uh spending time with her parents and just watching the fucking decline of her mother's health. Well,
Yeah.
it's like I knew the mom was toast because of how much love there was in the scene, but at the
Like I
same
said,
time, like
all the Disney boxes.
watching her go from the cane to the fucking wheelchair and giving her daughter a rabbit because she knows she's gonna die. It's like, oh god, Jesus, that's a little too deep. That's cutting a little too deep for me. And just the expressions and just a lot of the it was like really well paced in that in the first section, but I think there was I don't know somewhere
I mean, I can
one
point out exactly when we kind of started to lose me a little bit. Uh,
yeah, like it was like after God, there's just one thing that just kind of kept coming back to me and it was bugging the shit out of me throughout the whole film, where it's like, did this girl just meet the person who would be her stepmom like before just before they were about to get married or like that
yeah,
was
I'm not.
bugging me. Like, why did the dad never talk to the girl that he was seeing someone new? That drove me nuts.
This is definitely a case where I do have to take a little bit of suspension of disbelief, just for the sake of like, at
Fair.
the end of the day, it is a fairy tale. So I was trying to take
Yeah.
my logical brain out of it. Like, okay,
Mm.
maybe this dad just really shy about it and was like didn't know when to bring that up. Because how do you? Especially
It's
when
a
the daughter has made it more than clear she is not over the mom.
oh yeah.
So like, I was a case. I was like, I was willing to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I didn't think the same thing, but I was like, all right, whatever. It's
You
fine.
weren't as
I get what
stuck
they're
on it
going
as I
for.
was.
What was that?
You weren't as stuck on it as I was.
I mean, granted, there have been times the situation's been reversed. Let's be fair.
True, very true. Um, just put a link to the Warcraft review right there. Um,
Bring that back.
um,
But
the strongest thing, the thing I loved most about this movie is that visually it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. No, the
Just
visuals are amazing. Like the
oh,
colors and the characterizations and the
mhm.
designs and the choreography and the like. It's like peak animation. Like it looks like a Disney film.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely fabulous.
and the way like kind of like uses the culture and the real life
Mm,
mythology to kind of reappropriate it towards more like a personal fairy tale. Again, very Disney-esque.
hmm
Um, I
Yeah.
would say like if I had one big complaint about this movie that I felt really dragged it down for me, especially towards the third act, is the fact I do feel like it bites off more than it can chew.
Mm.
In terms of like stories and characters like that, because like what it's going for is very, very clear. Like you can pretty much
Oh
predict
yeah.
where this movie's gonna go beat for beat. From
Yep.
beginning to end of the movie. Not but like the execution for the most part and the parts that matter are pretty well done. Like the main
hmm
character of Fei Fei, I think her name
Yeah.
uh,
Feifei.
is a very likable protagonist. She's
Yeah.
very like three dimensional. You get where she's coming from.
She's also she's smart and what was it? She's charming and she's like she enjoys herself and she's also like insanely stubborn, which is like always kind of a fun flaw to write for characters, just in my opinion. Like sometimes stubbornness, it's kind of it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
And her personal journey is well
hmm
developed. Like the family is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Uh, even with like the two weird aunts who kind of feel like that weird couple that talk about Santa Claus a little too seriously.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, I know it's like a holiday dedicated to this particular myth, but at the same time, it's like, you okay there? You need
Yeah,
a
it's
hug?
it's kind of like you can tell who's the single cougar and who's been divorced.
I mean, the weird thing is she's not even divorced, but she talks like she's about to be. It's
Yeah.
like,
The papers are in the mail, but
oh,
anyway.
gee.
But for context, the big
Mhm.
crisis in the movie is, as you mentioned, that Fei Fei's mom dies early on in the movie. She has
Mhm.
not gotten over it
Yep.
after 4 years. The dad is ready to move on and has met someone else that has a kind of an unruly son who
Most annoying child I've ever seen.
I've seen worse. I thought he was
I
sweet.
mean,
Uh,
I don't doubt it, but this kid was seriously pissing me off.
there's one character I would argue is worse, and I'll get to him.
Oh, oh, is it
Um,
the green guy?
it is the green guy.
Yep, yep.
Uh, Takes another Disney box. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I can't hear you. Yes, I'm okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Sometimes the microphone gets disconnected.
Ah,
It's a little annoying.
okay.
But anywho, so yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I didn't hate the kid. I thought I was gonna hate the kid. I thought he was fine.
Okay.
I thought if anything, I kind of wish he was more involved
Yeah,
in the
he really
story.
doesn't have anything to do. Like,
Which it's a larger issue we'll
mhm.
get to in a little bit. But I want to talk about like what I like about
Okay,
it first before I get to
good.
like, the nitpicky stuff.
Good call.
So even then, like we said, there's some larger structures to the movie, but
Mhm.
overall, anyway. But anyway, she's really into this myth of I'm gonna horribly butcher this pronunciation, so I apologize to any of my Chinese followers. Chinese, is that
Yeah,
it?
Chinese. It is a Chinese myth.
No, 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 not the moon goddess.
What?
The name of the moon goddess.
It was like, I'm probably gonna butcher this too, so I'm
Like
also apologizing.
Chan Yi or something like that.
It was like Huang Yi or
Huan Yi.
something like that.
I'm,
Huang Yi.
we're gonna call
I
her the moon goddess, so not that's to not be offensive. Uh,
Moon goddess. Because I
she believes
mean,
in the moon goddess because it's her mom used to talk about the moon goddess and the space dog and like this whole mythology about the moon and all that stuff. And the daughter just got really into it, and now it's become her one like anchor to the memory of her mom.
okay, I just
Uh,
googled it. Shangyi.
Shani, thank you.
Shangyi. Yeah.
Shangyi.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with moon goddess
Yeah.
because yeah, I'm not of the pigmentation that can get away with butchering the name. Uh,
Okay. I
uh
don't even know what to say about that. All right.
don't worry about it. Anywho,
Yeah.
so and she's convinced that somehow if she can find proof that the moon goddess is real, then that'll convince the dad to not marry his girlfriend, which is like the one part is like, I don't really follow the logic, but okay.
I had trouble if like it was like, yeah, I was like, it was like that everything you just described in like 2 sentences, they had like an entire song dedicated to that. And throughout that song, I was like, oh, okay, hold on. What is the Herculean leap in logic here? Wait, what? Hold on. Let me.
that was another case of like, okay,
Okay,
whatever.
what
We
the
know where
fuck
this
just
is going.
happened?
Let's just go.
Yeah, all right. This is where we're going. All right.
Sure, why not? Let's just go with it. So she builds a rocket to the moon, which fails spectacularly because, of course, it does. But even then, she gets farther than you think she would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks to some
And
divine intervention, of course.
divine
Yeah.
intervention, and she takes her bunny, and then her, I guess, her soon-to-be stepbrother is kind of a stowaway, and they all crash on the moon. It turns out that the moon goddess is real, and this is this huge, colorful, bright kingdom, and it's gorgeous to look at. And then the goddess becomes convinced that she has some kind of gift, and if she can get the gift for her, then she'll give her proof that she exists, and she take to her father so she doesn't marry the guy. That's the basic concept. Now, for what it's worth, like as far as like as straightforward as a movie as this is trying to be, I thought the songs were good. I enjoyed the songs. I liked the moon goddess as a character. I thought she was pretty well balanced. I thought the symbolism, as overt and kind of in your face as it was, I still worked well for it. It's a kids movie. Not every kids movie needs to be up, you know.
Very true.
So I liked all the parts about it. And it was a fun, cute, traditional Disney movie with the Disney tropes. And I was from that angle, like I thought it did succeeded in its mission pretty well.
It's a cute film.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would, if I had kids, I'd be all like, yeah, let's watch this. Sure. Oh, yeah.
Now here's what I didn't like about it.
Here we go.
This is where it goes back to like it really feels like it needed another pass of the script to kind of decide what it wanted to be. Because right now it has a bit of identity crisis outside of do all the Disney things. And that's really the biggest thing holding itself back, particularly in the second and third act.
Kind of bouncing off that, like it was like the pacing was nuts for me. Like,
yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was that bad. I think what was another movie we watched recently that just changed storylines all the time? It's like the last one you and I did.
Oh,
Gonna bug me now.
Oh, that was so long ago, or at least it feels like it.
It wasn't Velocipaster. The Willoughbys.
It was not Velocipaster because that movie was a fucking masterpiece.
The Willoughbys. It was the Willoughbys.
Michael?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Willoughbys! That was it.
Willoughbys, yeah.
I want to say Willoughbys, yeah.
Yeah, Willoughbys. It was Willoughbys. Can you hear me?
You froze for a second, but you're back now. All right.
Okay, cool. But yes, it kind of in that same vein. Like if I can get behind that, I can get behind this. I think the big thing is like it has interesting elements. It didn't stick with anything for as long as it needed to. That was really the big issue. And that's kind of what I mean by it, like try to take on too much at the same time, you know. Because it wants to be about like her and her stepbrother kind of connecting, and it wants to be about this suddenly the bunnies have a romance, and it takes them all 2 scenes.
That really came out of left field for me.
Now symbolically, like metaphorically, I get what they were going for. Like their whole like if the bunny represents her mother, or like her holding on to her mother, then her staying behind to be with the other bunny is like her finally letting go. I get the symbolism. It just more
That's
like
a lot nicer than what I was thinking. I was just like, what I was thinking was like, all right, we have a bunny romance subplot. All right.
Now, do I think it needs
good on you?
No, but I get the intent.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole thing with the little brother like being a ping pong person, and then there's a rap battle.
Oh my god, that caught me. I was like that was like the moment where I was like, what the fuck am I even?
Like
What
the
is
moon goddess
happening?
turns into like a Street Fighter character. I
And I was,
I
it
kind
was
of
such a,
song, but I was kind of like, okay, I don't really know what this is supposed to do.
yeah, like that was probably like one of the most bizarre moments for me because it's like, one of the reasons I wanted to review this with you is because it was a musical. Like that's what I heard is that it was a musical, and I enjoy musicals a lot. But like that was like the song where it was like, whoa, what is even like it felt like it wasn't really like going anywhere as far as like, I mean, basically it was literally just a rap battle, just like two people poetically talking shit about each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was an entertaining song. I will give it that. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was,
was catchy. It was catchy. I'll give it that.
you
Like,
know, they got the girl from Hamilton. You know, she's good.
they did.
Yeah, the one who has a blue dress. What's her name? One of the sisters, Hamilton's wife,
Eliza.
Eliza. Yeah, that's the moon goddess.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
That is,
they got the good pipe for it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. She has a fantastic singing voice.
But that goes into like honestly, this movie can be fixed with a few easy like switches, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
So like, I thought that was kind of weird, and like the bunny romance happens, and then you had
Mhm.
another like animal sidekick
Ugh.
that was like voiced by a comedic actor. That
Yeah.
to me, that was the most like, okay, this is the more cynical like advertising department of this, where they got Ken Huan to voice a, what do they call it, what is that creature, looks like a Pokemon.
I want to say he was. I kept thinking he was a dog, but he was like shaped like a porcupine, but he had a dog face.
No, it's like those little oh god, they're like armadillos with claw hands.
Oh shit. Sandshrew.
Maybe, I don't know, someone tell me in the comments. And
Okay.
either way,
Tell him if I was right.
this movie's Mushu, let's just call it what it is, this movie's Mushu.
All right.
uh who just kind of shows up about halfway through the movie. Suddenly, it's a brand new character we got to introduce and build up,
Mm-hmm.
and set up. And he has his own little storyline about how he was banished from the kingdom, which I get it metaphorically. He's supposed to be the brother.
Yeah.
But like, okay, sure. My thought was like, why couldn't the brother just be there?
I
I think
know.
that,
It's like that was probably one of the reasons I disliked the brother so much is because it's like like
thematically
you were
should have been
saying
there
that,
more.
yeah, you said that, like, what was it? One of the things in the movie was like, sort of her learning to bond with her brother, but they barely spend any time together. That was
Yeah,
bugging me a bit.
no, that was bugging me
Because
too.
yeah,
Meanwhile, Ken Huang gets a whole song to himself. By the way, am I saying that right? Ken Huang, is that it?
I don't know.
Okay, the guy from Hanover. Um,
Oh, that guy.
I'm
Okay.
kind of surprised you didn't recognize his voice. Uh,
I'm garbage with names, Michael.
so am I. By the way, if anyone's horribly offended by how I'm pronouncing these, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
We're we are two struggling.
We're
We
two
are
struggling white
two
people trying to say
two struggling white people.
one of whom is ginger, which makes it even worse.
Oh yeah, just
Sorry, buddy, had to sneak one in there. But
oh, that's fine. That is fine.
but
I
yes, but
get.
like this Anto, like where it should be the sister and the brother, suddenly it's a sister and this what hedgehog motherfucker, to go on this self-actualization journey where he sings a song about letting go of the past and all that. And it's
Mhm.
kind of like, again, this really feels like a moment the brother should be having. Not that I'm expecting the brother to have like this kind of song in his head, but still, like that did not feel like what should happen between them, you know. And like
Yeah.
once that character's introduced, that's kind of when the movie started to dip a little bit for me because they really push this
Mm.
character hard. And at least like in other examples like this, they had a good balance. Like even Olaf, as horribly commercialized as he is in the first movie, isn't all
Mm.
that bad. People forget
Yeah,
that.
Olaf was actually really funny in Frozen. I actually liked
In the
Olaf a
first
lot.
movie, they ruined him by after marketing. But in the first
Yeah.
movie, he was perfectly fine. Even in the second movie, he was perfectly fine. When
Oh
he,
yeah.
but like this is a case where like, oh, this character's already not really working, and they keep trying to
Hmm.
shove him in there, and it's kind of
Hmm.
not a fan.
I mean, it's like I feel like you could have shoved him in there, but like I feel like his impact would have been stronger if the brother was with Fei Fei.
Yeah, like
Like
even
if
the
they
brother had to be
became
there.
like a trio
Yeah,
or
I would agree
something
with
like
that.
that.
Or they gave more screen time to either one of them, I think.
Yeah.
That's kind of boils down to is like you have so many things in this movie, and there's not enough time dedicated to these extra elements to justify their
Hmm.
existence.
Yeah.
Other than just to be them kind of being like, well, we could do Disney fucking watch. We'll do all the Disney you want, motherfucker. An hour and 40 minutes. We're gonna do all the
Don,
Disney.
Don Bluth, 20 minutes before writing, before coming up with Anastasia.
Oh my god. Bring that movie back up from the grave. My
Oh
sister
yeah.
used to have that music box.
Oh
Um,
my God. Hot damn.
yeah, this is back when they were trying to market it. But,
Oh yeah. God, that
but
was long ago.
that I mean, that being said, like those issues aside, where it kind of comes bloated with one too many elements that it didn't really know what to do with. The main crisis of the movie itself still works pretty well.
Yeah.
Like the emotional climax, while a little on the nose, still worked pretty well in my opinion.
Hmm.
When the movie does kind of go the inevitable direction you know it's going to go in,
Hmm.
it's still done well enough to be effective, and you still feel for like the Moon Goddess and Fei Fei are probably the best characters in the movie, and they both work pretty well.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um,
Uh, there was a, oh God, what was it? Probably my favorite part of the movie. Well, aside from the really good introduction, was oddly enough like near the ending where it's what was it? The it's like the part when the moon goddess is in like the, what was it? It was like a chamber of sadness or
yeah,
something.
that's what I was talking about. The
That's what they
emotional
were calling
climax.
it. And then like the Fei Fei follows her in there, and
They have the
there's like a
Wizard World
moment.
story song, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I got a story song, and just like that part where they're just kind of talking about like, or where they're like, kind of talking about their loss, and the moon goddess is like, okay, listen, I've been heartbroken for millennia, okay, but you are so young to be feeling, and it's reasonable to be feeling that way, but it's like, ouch.
And that's one thing I do appreciate about this movie too, is the fact that the dead mom trope is a very well known one in Disney
Yeah.
movies.
Hmm.
What I like about this one is like they actually do something with it,
Yeah.
as opposed to, well, mom is dead. I guess we'll just move on with our lives now. Looking at you, Bambi. Uh,
La 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 la, chip chippery, la
like
la
the only
la
one I
la.
can think of that actually like addressed the parents' death as a major story arc for the rest of the movie is like the Lion King.
Yeah, but even then, that wasn't the mom. It was like,
Well, it's still like a parental figure dying, you know, and
very true, actually. Okay.
that actually like, hey, maybe the character has to process this,
Hmm.
as opposed to
And
everyone else
part of that
really.
story is him refusing to, and
Yeah, as opposed to
thanks
like
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. All right.
yeah, as opposed to like most other Disney movies where it's like they're dead and that just it. We never talk about them again. Uh,
Or it's like they just never even existed or some shit.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
honestly like when I watched Tangled for the first time, that's the part that tripped me up. Is like the parents are still alive.
Oh yeah. Like, I
um,
fucking love Tangled. But yeah,
I'm
we
actually
we
like
can talk about Tangled like once we're done talking about Over the Moon. But
yeah, well, I do not have a popular opinion about Tangled.
oh,
I don't hate it. Let me be
that's
clear.
good.
Do not hate it.
I mean,
I just don't love it. Uh,
fair.
yeah. Because that's a case where it's almost too traditional Disney.
Mm,
Um, but anywho, uh, so yeah, like I think the story beats that do work. Like that scene, the emotional scene between the Moon Goddess and Fei Fei, I do think that works. I do think the
hmm.
ending works when they're kind of like the acceptance and
Yeah.
embracing of a new family dynamic of the blended family and all that stuff working as a
Hmm.
theme there. I thought all that stuff worked well. I think the heart and the important beats of the story work pretty well.
Mm,
It's just got a lot of fat.
yeah.
And you gotta decide how much of that matters to you. I think is
Hmm.
what this is boiling down to. Um, your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of similar to what you were saying. It's a lot of fat. Like, I feel like a lot of it threw off the pacing for me. So it's like I had trouble following the story a lot of the time because it's like jumping between different story arcs and
Oh, Matt, I think I lost you. Matt, Matt. Technical issues. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, so you just caught the end of that.
I did.
Okay. I can't wait to see how that brilliant moment of movie reviewing ends up looking on YouTube.
It's like if you switch from a nature documentary to like the peak of Phantom of the Opera, like in one channel switch. It's like, and here we have the casual jaguar. Ah!
What was uh but what was it? There was a lot of jumping around between different subplots, and I feel like if I mean, to go all D&D on you, I feel like one of the biggest issues I had with this movie was that they split the party.
Yeah, I
So,
get that. I agree.
yeah.
I think
And
again,
instead
on
of
most
focusing on just sort of a center characters and how the brother and sister would learn, or not brother and sister, but future stepbrother, stepsister, learning to learn about each other and learn to get along. I feel like that would have been a lot stronger if they were actually together. Like,
yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, that
yeah.
being said, like as a first major effort into like going after Disney from this studio, I think it is an admirable effort.
Hmm.
Apparently with a shit ton of money behind it.
Oh, really?
I mean, look
I
at the
mean,
animation.
oh, I mean, yeah, with
You don't have
aesthetics like that,
animation like that
obviously.
without money to spare, you know?
True. Uh, excuse me.
And right now, like, until Soul comes out in a few weeks, it's the best Disney movie to come out this year.
Mm.
Because it's not Mulan.
Ugh. I haven't seen Mulan just
Don't.
because I don't want to pay $30 for it, but I have only heard bad things.
You have heard correctly.
Okay.
Oh,
Other thoughts, like probably uh, the other thing that was bugging me a little bit is that I do remember ugh, I remember a couple of songs, but a lot of the music kind of blended into itself for me.
I can see
Like
that.
I
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like that was the other big issue I was having with it being a musical. Well, not with it being a musical, just like
How dare you?
the way the songs were done. It's like if you played like two different songs in the first like 40 minutes of the movie, I feel like I would not be able to tell them apart.
I don't know, man. That rap battle.
I mean, except for the rap battle, like the two songs I remember the
And the
most,
top song. Mm.
yeah, were the pop song, and the rap battle.
I can't remember the first song. I
But
thought the first song was good.
the first song was good.
Yeah.
I just can't remember any of it.
They have
I
the
remember
like
liking it a lot,
the
but
entire
I
first
just
song sequence about how the mother dies.
yeah, exact. Yeah, I remember the cinematography, and I remember like sort of what it was about, like sort of the mother being incredibly sweet and then being a very happy together family. But like when I try to think about like the music or the lyrics, none of it is coming to me.
Hmm.
And it's like I keep trying to it's like
You would have a better ear than that for me than I would. I'm notoriously like in one ear, out the other with musicals
I
in
mean,
general.
fair.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here for all the musicals.
that's why I ask you to come on a lot of the musicals.
Mhm. Oh, just wait till In the Heights comes out. I cry every time I see the trailer for that.
I don't
Um,
know what that one is. But
oh, dude, it's like one of the first shows I did when I was in college, but it wasn't like with San Jose State, but it's a good ass show. Um,
I miss theater.
oh my God, me too. Um, I don't know. Can I plug something real quick? I mean, I don't
Go
know.
for it.
It feels okay. Yeah, I'm involved with this is a weird random plug that Michael didn't plan to have at all, but I work with a group called More Mas Marami, and essentially it's like a theater, sort of a nonprofit theater group comprised of a lot of my friends from college. And they're actually having this event that's going to be starting rehearsing in January called Writers Launchpad, where essentially people have submitted scripts. One of them is my own, which is going to be done, which is fucking awesome.
I've read
um
the script. It is very good.
Thank you. um what was it? And they're going to have actors like sort of workshopping it until we get a final performance in February. So that's coming up. Look up More Mas Marami on Facebook and Instagram. Plug completed.
Is that like through? Is that strictly through like online? How's that going to be done?
I want to say it'll be online. I don't have any details on like how it's going to be done like itself. I think it's going to be like a Zoom, but I'm not certain on that, so do not quote me. But you know, I'll splurge details as we go on. I don't fucking know.
Do you have a link you can share in the description, Matt?
Oh, yes, I do. In fact, it's right down there.
Oh my God! It's like viewers can go in the description and find out more about it if they want.
Look at that. Right there.
Oh my
That's a
God!
beautiful link. Look at those letters and punctuations.
I did that myself. So yeah.
Shameless self-promotion aside.
Oh,
Um,
I think I lost you again.
Jesus, I just jumped that in there.
There you go. Like, bitch, I'm on TikTok for the same.
Oh, well, yeah, I lost you again.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but okay, now you're moving again.
Okay. I was just saying, like, bitch, I'm on TikTok for the sole purpose of self-promoting. So you don't need to talk to me about that.
Oh my God, I need to. Okay, you know what? I might just join TikTok for the express purpose of finding your TikTok.
I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's mostly just clips from my editorials, but the occasional new thing for me, responding to other people's comments.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Doing a little over months. Got 878 followers. So it's probably gonna get more subscribers than the YouTube one pretty soon.
That's pretty good, guys.
But you know.
Let's see.
But anyway,
there we go. You know, sometimes, you know, I mean, what was it like? Yeah. Oh man, Over the Moon.
Over the Moon, cute movie. A little too much fat.
Yeah, a little too much fat. It's good for younger kids, in my opinion. I personally had trouble getting through it, but Michael enjoyed it a lot. So take from that what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm becoming less picky with animation as I get older. Finding.
Same.
And plus, once you watch Playmobil the movie, you know, there's only so much you can do after that.
Playmobil the movie.
I'm sorry, Playmobil the movie, which is a real thing.
Playmobil the movie.
That really existed. It's like, you know that.
Wait, are you talking about two different movies? One of them named Playmobil, the other one Playmobile, or is it like?
Nope, it's the same
spelled.
Movie. One doesn't have an E at the end. That's why I got confused. I always call it Playmobil, but it's not because it's Playmobile without an E at the end. You know those like discount
I feel like
Legos
every person I've ever known has pronounced it true. I mean, I don't know what the hierarchy is among brick toys, but
it's the one that not Legos that every child gets disappointed when they get at Christmas.
Yeah, there it is.
Either way, it's what terrible anime movie. And I've also seen Norm in the North. So again, my criteria for bad anime movies is a lot lower than this movie is.
Oh man.
So yeah, take that for what you will. Do you have anything else you're gonna add about this movie? I can't think of much else to talk about.
I think I'm good. I feel like I've made my peace.
Okay, cool. So we're still playing.
I've let go of the. I've let go of the burdens this movie has placed on my soul.
Glad you can.
Which is a ridiculous thing to say out loud.
You're in theater, Matt. It's to be expected.
Thank you. I do my best.
So yeah, we still got a lot of movies to catch up on. We're gonna I'm trying to knock out as many as I can this week.
Oh yeah.
We got like Trial of the Chicago 7, The Witches, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, Hillbilly Elegy, which should be interesting. And Jingle Jangle: A Christmas Journey. Oh, and Christmas Chronicles 2. I forgot about that one. And I've never seen the first one, so I gotta watch the first one really quick.
I saw Trial of the Chicago 7. Michael, you're gonna fucking love it.
I hope so. I've kind of heard mixed things depending on how much you know about the actual trial. So we'll see.
I mean, even learning the stuff about the actual trial, I watched it with my sister, and she was actually cluing me in on the actual facts of the trial because she loves like true crime stuff.
Okay.
But like even after learning about it, like I was like, I feel like the movie had its intended effect on me.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
the best way I can describe what I think, how I think the movie went.
Okay. Okay.
Also, it's like Aaron Sorkin is involved as fuck, and I'm just like, oh yes,
Yeah, he wrote it. This is written kind of
oh
passed
yeah,
around for a while, hasn't it?
yeah. It was like I think Aaron Sorkin wrote it. I think he also directed it, but I could be wrong.
I think he did. Anyway,
Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments.
yeah.
Um,
Sure, somebody will eagerly correct me as they often do. Uh, but
oh yeah.
anywho, so I think it's all we got for this one. So look out for more reviews. I'm gonna try to get one like every other day if I can. So thank you guys for watching. See y'all later.
Mm.